Hello and welcome back to Football Manager 2019 here with Past City Football Club at Rawslowgaming, where we're trying to take them to the top of the Premier League and beyond. And we are in our second season I believe it is, in Sky Bet League 2 here, and around halfway through the season, and we have done a terrific season so far, but we are in a bit of a slum, but we're still leading in the league actually, but we have been pretty bad at the last couple of matches and losing matches that we really shouldn't, like the last one, and not looking that great at all in that matter, but hopefully we can improve and do better. Also, we're quite a bit of time since I actually picked this game up and played it, but have been looking forward to it for a fair bit, or a couple of days now, actually at least, to play and get further here this season, because I think we are on to something here. Well, that's actually maybe a little bit over positive, since we are not really, if we were looking at preseason and the preseason odds and everything like that, we are not a contenders for the title or for a direct promotion, or maybe even not for a playoff spot, but we are going to do our best for sure to try and keep it that way that it is at the moment, but we will see what happens, but it feels pretty good to be back here in Football Manager 2019 actually. Been playing, of course, quite a bit of FIFA Manager 2020 as well, so if you're interested in FIFA Manager, the game that EA developed alongside Football Manager up until 2013 or 2012 really, you should check that out as well, if that's your sort of tea or cup of tea, or forte. I think you would find that interesting. Anyway, so we got some pre-match tactical advice here for the upcoming match from our assistant manager, and I don't really think that's so much to change here. We should switch out Akinola. According to him, we will not really do that. We should change our mentality up to attacking, so we will do that. We will not do the get stuck in option, because I don't like that option. It just it just gets the players a lot of yellow cards and risk of red cards and things like that, so that's very poor. And as you see here, speaking of poor, our form is so poor as well. Loss, draw, loss, draw, loss. And we are very clear favorites here for this match against Port Vale, though at only 1.5 times the money. Training for the first team here, we're pretty good at 7.62 overall. Under 23s at 8.2, which is definitely good. Under 18s at 8.64, which is also definitely good. Let's have a further look here on the individual for the first team. So Jordan training good, showing a bit of improvement here, which is nice. And there's a lot of training advice there. Gustavo training good again, which is good. Michel improving there a bit, always nice to see, even though he's a lone player. Alden, Perry, Morris, Wilson, Gosling is lost for us. De Havilland losing a lot of stats there, unfortunately, and De Havilland definitely have gotten worse since we signed him a couple of years ago, actually, from Fulham. Definitely haven't developed as we would have hoped. And potential to be a lot more, I guess, but not likely the case. Sure, he haven't been playing. Well, he have been playing here, but in the league, even not from the start. So haven't happened, so he will be dropped, or he's actually already more or less dropped. Gray showing some improvement, which is good. Yeah, Gray getting up playing time, so showing improvement. Miller a little bit. And nothing more really to note. Well, we should criticize Merch and Adloy here for their training performance, which is pretty bad. Pretty bad. So we'll do that and listen to the training advice and start the individual training there as suggested for Johnson. In general, we follow our staff suggestions and everything like that, since we're quite poor ourselves in doing the correct thing. Or going into detail into the tactics or the training or a lot of things like that, which we focus on. It's getting the right players in, really, and that might sound quite strange for a game like Football Manager, where it takes like forever to do some things. Like now, I don't understand what's happening, why it's taking so long to turn here to tomorrow when it's match day. Or did we have like our first crash here in Football Manager, maybe? Hello. Oh, right, we are on 13th of December, one of those days that it takes forever no matter what, and longer and longer for each year, I believe, as well. So I think that's the problem here. So we just got to wait through it here a little bit. And yeah, I know in FIFA Manager 2020 we are in the year 2023, I believe, but we're still stuck in Verona National League South. So for this 2024 season, as best we're going to be in Verona National League. So yeah, definitely had a tougher start there than we're having at the moment, or than we have had here in Football Manager. But it should show us like games rolling by or something, shouldn't it? Or is it this 13th of December? Maybe it is just nothing at all? I don't remember. I said it was a long time since I played this, actually, and especially in this date, but it sort of rings a bell in my head that it's could be that problem, so to say, that's going on. So I guess we will do a small cut here, really. Wait on that. This we don't need to sit and wait here for it to roll over, or if it have crashed, well, then it have crashed and you will not see anything of it. But be right back. Alright, so just because I spoke a lot about it, it didn't take much longer at all after I said we were going on a break. So not much a break for me, but a little bit. And here we go, or will go, for the match against Port Vale. And my voice is about to crack here. Since we're talking a little bit more than we are in some other Let's Play series that we're doing. But let's see here. Let's go to the team selection. Is Pius back? No, Pius is still unfit, and so is Ogunseri. So Perry and Gray, yeah. Miller and Baxter, yeah. Baxter, you are a young guy, right? Yeah. Right, so Mitchell, Gustavo, Akinola, yeah, sounds right. Johnson, Baxter, Gosling, and Ponticelli. Yeah, that sounds right about right. And we have Jordan on the bench. Yep. So we'll go to the match here and comment it just as usual and play it just as usual. Even though my voice is thereabout to break, but we will see here what will happen. So kick off and nothing too much happening in the first 10 minutes here at least. First chance, a corner from Bassity, and Gustavo with a chance, and it's almost an own goal there. Very, very close. And for some reason they seem to have a bit tired players. Don't really understand how they can have that, but alright. Portfolio with a chance here, but a poor finish there. So not really dangerous at all. Baxter have picked up an injury, so got to switch in Charles here. Just to not get any further injury on Baxter or anyone else. So far 30 minutes in or so, we haven't really got any effect of playing in attacking mentality, at least, since we are not leading in terms of chances or anything else. Speaking of chances, here comes Port Vale with a super chance, hitting the top bar there and bouncing like crazy. No, well, not really lucky that we didn't get a goal against us there. And yeah, that weren't the first half that we wanted there at all. The scoreline for Bassett versus Port Vale is 0-0 though after one half, but we're not looking good in terms of shots or anything here. Really horrible. Actually, shots is 5-10 after one half. And the ratings here on the players, all right, but not that much for our attackers and Gray here. Alright, so we'll do a little bit of a different one there. Make the difference for a Gray there, and not happy with the performance to Gosling. I don't really think it will make a big difference, but you can always hope that we inspired Gray there or something like it. So we can wait a little bit with the subs here, since we are so in general fresh players. So we have the first highlight here in the second half, in the 62nd minute. Ball going a bit back and forth, but it seems like it's going to be sort of a counter-attack here for Port Vale. And it's a shot, and it's over the top bar, so no real danger there. And let's do some shout here, show some passion. And next highlight here in the 68th minute, and it's definitely a counter-attack this time for Port Vale, and it's a shot, and it's straight at the keeper and saved over, or deflected over the top bar. So the corner died out to nothing, and we are still having a highlight here though. Port Vale coming here on the right hand corner. Akinola heading it out to Mitchell. A chance for a counter-attack maybe? No, not the case. So, are the highlight over? Nope, we're still running on here. So maybe a counter here after that goal kick for Port Vale. No, long offside. Well, not offside. Out of play. So we need, or we don't need, but we will do 2 more changes here. If we can, or if it makes sense. Gray, you're doing a terrible match. And Alloy you will get in instead of Gosling, who's not doing a good match. In attack as a poacher. And what will we shout now? Demand more. Yeah, we're not getting through here at all. So maybe last highlight of the match. Sorry for that. So sorry if I had to cut there. I had an attack almost of coughing and everything like that. But there it is, full time and the final whistle. So the full time scoreline is 0-0 for Bassage versus Port Vale. Shots 12-19, shots on target 8-7, and possession 46-54%. So definitely not where we wanted to be in that match, but we did get away with a draw. I guess that's sort of good, but not really. What we can say that is that we are missing Pius so much, so much. He really made the difference in the first 10-15 matches for us. After that match, we dropped down to second place in the league, 8 points clear of our playoff spot. And we had 2,865 attending that game. Baxter out for 1 to 2 days, so that's all right. And yeah, we have done 6 matches without winning so far, which is obviously not good. While we're moving towards the next match here against AFC Wimbledon, remember to smash that like button if you're enjoying the episode. If you ain't, well, hit the dislike button, write a comment, or just don't watch at all. It's all up to you, of course, as ever. But if you're enjoying it and want to follow along on your journey, you should hit that subscribe button also. If you haven't done so, if you already have done so and are tired of my talk here, I'm sorry for doing it, but well, sometimes you gotta do it, and well, I am doing it in pretty much every episode, but here in the beginning, so today with a small channel, you gotta bring that in a little bit more than maybe the big channels and everything like that. But let's skip about that and rather talk about you guys maybe leaving a comment if you have any suggestion for me to play the game better, suggestions in tactics or whatever that could be helpful for me, and also a way to interact with you guys. If you, for example, are playing also a lower league club and trying to take them to the top of whatever country you're playing in or anything like that, I'd love to hear, and we'll gladly discuss things with you, like tactics, even though I'm not a tactics sort of guy in this game, as you know, and everything like that. What the hell? Ogunseri is injured again. He didn't even have time to get fit from his last injury before he got injured again. That's ridiculous. All right. Concentrate on recovery. All right, he's just not listening to what we just are trying to say, so to say. That we just will miss him and focus on the injury and everything like that. And he just says that he wants to focus on the injury. Really strange talk there. That is in the game. I know we had that like before also, with some other players saying the same thing, or if it was Ogunseri, and it's really strange actually. But no matter what, And we are closing in on Christmas 2024 here. And we will have a match a couple of days before it. Like it always is in the English Premier League. It must be so strange having like an important match for example on the 26th, especially since they are celebrating Christmas the 25th in England or Britain. We are here in Sweden, we're celebrating Christmas on the 24th in general, so that would make more sense than, or be more alright, so to say, playing a game the 26th, I would feel, but like celebrating Christmas with the family and then playing a professional match or doing a professional competition or whatever the day after must be crazy. All those that have things like that. Everyone doing winter sports is of course pretty much the same. And only encouragement on Gustavo, which is really good. And defensive would be suitable for next match. All right, let's change to that then, I guess. And we increase defend duties. All right. Defend more narrowly. We'll do all these team instructions to add. Sounds reasonable. So according to the bookmakers here, we are super big underdogs. The worst I've seen so far. We are closing on a new record winless run. And 9 matches without a win. And previous record is 9 as well, so we are tying already for it, so to say. And alright, so old philosophies agreed by you and the old bar are not valid anymore and have been replaced by these ones. Sign high profile players, sign young players for the first team. Alright. Well, we'll say that we're delighted. I'm not really sure that I am, but we'll say that no matter what. We can't really change that. Well, he's re-elected, so that's good, I guess, but not good that he changed our philosophies. Anyway, training for the first team, 8.21 in average, so pretty good. Under 23s, 8.23, also really good, and under 18s at 9.02 in average, so really superb all around, to be honest. So Jordan, Gustavo, a bit of improvement. Charles, Baxter also a little bit improvement. Gray, as said. So Molden showing also. Anyone else to notice? No, not really. One suggestion here. Right. Not anything we actually can change or gotta do ourselves. I just want the fast button, so to say, to change it, but didn't get it here. So let's go to the match selection here then. We'll see if we can get Pius to play now, a little bit at least. That will make a lot of difference. Our U team is pretty good here, so that's good. But unfortunately, well, youth team or youth players, it's almost impossible to get the youth players to be good enough for the first team. So Pius is still injured, so can't do anything about that. And everyone is fresh here. Miller or Baxter is back, so we are not going to change anything here. We're just going to continue, and well, everyone is playing bad. Sometimes I do wish that we could have something like we have in the FIFA Manager, where you have team meetings or doing team atmosphere things, because that's what I feel like is the problem at the moment here in Football Manager, that the team isn't really trusting themselves or believing themselves, that the atmosphere is low within the team, and that's why we're losing and not performing as we should. But yeah, we'll see what happens here in this match against FC Wimbledon. We have the first highlight here, which of course were for Wimbledon, but they didn't really get to anything really dangerous. But we'll see here. Next highlight, the goal kick from our keeper there, and a through ball towards Ponticelli, but not reaching it. So FC Wimbledon taking control of the ball or the play and coming here up to the penalty area and shoots over the top bar there, though. So no real danger. Well, not danger, but nothing to worry too much about, so to say. And we are now 20 minutes in, or a little bit more than that, and have the next highlight here. And again, play down from our keeper, Gray, playing a long bar or a through ball up to Ponticelli. Ponticelli shoots, and it's deflected out for a corner there. And he did, unfortunately, shoot there. Could have passed there, looked like a better opening, but unfortunately not. And the corner here, Miller getting a second chance and going to get another corner here to play. Well, let's see here what he comes up with on his second try of the corner. And it's a poor corner, really low cross or a failed cross there. So we have Mitchell definitely tired. And well, we don't seem to be letting them have so dangerous chances, but we're definitely so much behind in terms of chances and everything like that when we're looking at the stats. And hitting the post there, Wimbledon a little bit lucky, but they did hit the post. And now closing in here on the end of the first half. We should have the end of the first half here any second. And there we have it. So the scoreline after one half is 0-0 for Bassett versus AFC Wimbledon. And if things were looking bad last match, it's looking even worse this match. Shots is 1-15. But we are playing defensive and the chances haven't looked that dangerous, so that's good. Overall, the players here seems to be playing overall all right, actually, but Perry and Gosling having pretty poor matches so far, or a pretty poor first half, I should say, not matches. So hopefully they can improve here in the second half. So it looks like it will be Mitchell and Miller that we're going to sub out here around the 60-minute mark, since they are pretty tired, to get in some new fresh players and fresh legs on the pitch here. We'll check out this highlight first, though. The first one in the second half here in the 63rd, 64th minute. Wimbledon with control of the ball and a long ball up, and it's a goal for Wimbledon here in the 63rd minute, unfortunately. And a well choreographed and beautiful attack there, really, to be honest. And beautiful struck long ball through ball there by Scully, and a very good finish as well by Askew. So yeah, I can't say that it was undeserved or anything like that, but yeah, not too great. So we'll actually switch Gray around here, switch out Perry with a yellow card and poor performance, and then we'll put in Charles instead of Miller. And do we want to do anything more? Do we want to change Mitchell? Well, we'll change Mitchell and put in Merch instead. We'll do the risk can do all 3 subs at once, and yeah, it's really close here in the top, but I don't see us clinging hold of it, unfortunately. We have a chance here in the 79th minute, Gosling with the ball, but losing it really poorly, to be honest. And yeah, seconds to go here of this match. We do have one final highlight, I would guess. It's Wimbledon with the ball, doing a little bit of a poor attempt there, but getting the ball back as we're doing even worse clearing. The ball to Merch, and tries again to get a long ball up. Ponticelli with control of the ball to Kelly, to Charles. Charles, can we do something good? Baxter with a chance. He's absolutely free, does a pretty good shot, but straight at the keeper. But he had a player alongside him, or could dribble in there a little bit and have had a much better chance. Really were a superb chance, but we didn't do good enough. And a corner here from Bad City. Maybe it is time for another chance. But no, apparently not. So I would guess this is the highlight for the final whistle, which is a strange highlight, but it is the way it is here in Football Manager, and I can't change it. I think it doesn't really make sense at all, but maybe it's a reinitiated word. Ponticelli with a superb chance, but shoots over the top bar. So 2 superb chances by Bassett here during extra time, I would say, which both deserved a goal, or at least one of them deserved to be a goal. Well, both deserved much better finishes, really, to be honest. That's where the main problem there. So, should have the final whistle, and there we have it. Final whistle and final scoreline for Bassett versus AFC Wimbledon is 25, that's shots, but 0-1 is the scoreline. Shots 70-25, shots on targets 5-12, and possession 49-51%. So, obviously not a good match for us, but the result not that bad, to be honest. But yeah, it's really bad. But we have next match, and the first match in the next episode is really what we need, and to do good to turn things around. When we're meeting Leyton Orient, we really need to do something there. We dropped down another place here in the league, unfortunately down to 3rd, and are now only 6 points clear of a playoff spot here after exactly halftime of the league, actually. So yeah, if we can do something good soon, it will be really good for us. And someone is watching who? Gustavo. Well, Heartspass. Yeah, we're not really going to sell him, since we just bought him in, and sorry for that bounce. But anyway, thanks so much for watching this time, and I hope to see you again here pretty soon. And with that said, bye bye. You have been watching Rawslowgaming, and I hope you have enjoyed. On clicking on the video on the left, you will see the next video in this series, and on the right, our latest upload to the channel. And with that said, thank you again for watching.